tell them, why did we go to Congo?
We went to Congo because my parents went to the Congo in the 50s. My father went to work for a diamond mine, Belgian American, and while they were there, they had 3 children. One was Dominique, born in 1954, and then they had twins, Gäetan and Brigitte, born in 1958. And after 6 months, Gäetan, the one twin, died of malaria and was buried in Tshikapa. And I've made it more or less my lifelong ambition to go and see exactly where he's buried, because my mother forbade me to go to the Congo or to go to Tshikapa. So eventually, after going on holidays to South Africa after being raised there, I bought a 4x4 which transformed into what it is today. And this year, or last year, 2022, we decided that Congo was the time to go. So we decided to go and find out where he was buried, and that was the reason why we went to the Congo. So when my father died, we found some Super 8 movies which we put onto a disc, and these were the twins when they were born. That's my mother with the twins, and this is the house. It's the only information we actually had of the house that we're living in, and we didn't have an address or anything. We just knew it was Tshikapa, and this was a delivery that arrived, and that was the name Bove and Lupupa. It was the only real address that we had. So I went out looking for a Land Cruiser 80, which we were going to convert into a camper. So we decided to buy a rooftop tent and a drawer system, put a fridge, and this is what it looked like with a rooftop tent and an awning. It was very nice and practical, but it was inconvenient because you had to get out the rooftop tent to get into the driver's seat. So we eventually decided to cut it and make it into a real camper that we can get out of the driver's seat into bed, or bed into the driver's seat for safety reasons. So we got a guy called Stéphane in Swakopmund, and he started the work while we went back to Ireland. So this took about 4 months. We were doing FaceTime calls to find out how it was going on and how we designed it and where we wanted our fridges and how big we wanted the bed and how I wanted the roof to pop up, and that's what it looked like, and it's very convenient. And off we set up. We drove to Swakop to go and pick it up, and then went for a test drive around there, and yes, it was very nice, and it was a super 4x4 camper. So that's how we traveled for quite a few years. Went all over from, we did all of South Africa a few times. We did Swaziland, Lesotho, Mozambique, Botswana, Namibia, Zambia, and there it is on the map, all the places we went. And eventually we were ready to conquer the DRC.
We're gonna tell how we got the visa to Congo. So we went to Windhoek. We went to Windhoek, and it was after a new year. So everything was kind of closed. Then we were told to come back next day, and the next day, and the next day. And then one day we got to the embassy and somebody was there. So we got all our papers ready. We didn't have invitation letter, so we needed to do another letter. We had to contact our embassy, which is Irish embassy, and they had to write us a letter stating that we are Irish. So we actually got that letter quite easy. It took us like 1 day or something.
Not even 12 hours.
Yeah. So we got that letter, and the next day, so we had all our papers for DRC visa. So we brought all the papers in, and we were told to come back next day. So we came back the next day.
And the next day.
And the next
and
day.
the next day.
And then we
were told why would we issue you with a Congo visa when Congolese people don't get issued with an Irish visa.
Yeah, eventually we got the appointment with the ambassador,
Well,
and then we had a meeting with him, and that meeting was 45 minutes, and he was telling us that we should suffer like Congolese people because they can't get Irish visa. So we were suffering for 45 minutes, and then we got the visa anyway. So, and then we knew we are actually going to DRC, right?
Yeah, and then we had to come back the next day to pick up the visa.
Yeah, and that was again like half a day's waiting, right?
Yeah, half a day's waiting again.
But then we got it.
And then we went back to the campsite, packed our bags, and ready for the next morning. And off we went to the Angolan border.